Get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you want to be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a...
Good morning, guys, and welcome to the video. Today we're going to go through a full day of hybrid training. So I just wrapped up my 5 a.m. small group personal training session. We're going to go for a morning run, but first I'm going to run you through what I eat. I'm going to run you through some of the things that I eat today, some of the things I do here at the gym throughout the day, what the day looks like as a gym owner, and then we're also going to go through a heavy chest and back workout later. So I'm excited for the workouts today, take you through some of the food that I'm eating, and just an entire day of hybrid training. First thing first, what I've had so far this morning. Typically, I'm not somebody that likes to work out on an empty stomach, so even if I'm going for a run, I will still eat breakfast. Now, I ate breakfast around 4:30 today, and it is currently just after 6, so I've had a little bit of time for this to digest. But for breakfast, I had 2 pieces of whole wheat toast, I had some peanut butter and honey on that toast, and then I also had a Quest protein bar. I tried not to destroy the wrapper, but I failed at that miserably. But I want to show you the one that I had. It is one of these Quest dip bars, which actually are pretty good. This is the chocolate chip cookie dough one. Just something different to spice it up. I've really been loving the protein bars that my wife gets. They're called Aloha protein bars. I like that it's a little less processed, but you know, Quest bars, One bars, they work great. Something that digests pretty quickly. That's what I'll typically do, is I'll either have a protein bar or protein shake before my morning run or morning workouts. And then I've also had 1 serving of our Fit Grind Pink Starburst. Sorry, the lighting is terrible right here. The sun's kind of beaming in. 1 serving of our Pink Starburst Fit Grind Electrolyte, which has 500 milligrams sodium, potassium, magnesium, which will be good because I'm typically somebody that sweats a little bit more. So that's going to help just keep up the performance. And also on a day where we're doing lifting and running, we'll make sure that we're getting enough electrolytes so we're avoiding any sort of cramping. We'll be sweating a lot, especially myself, so I want to make sure that we're replenishing that sweat through electrolytes. As always, if you're interested in checking these out, head over to fitgrindformula.com. I'll leave the link in the comments and description below. You can check out our protein powder and our electrolytes. Our greens will be coming out in the next month or 2. So if you'd like to support the brand, go check it out. I'll even leave you a discount code to save 15% off your first order. The link is in the comments below. So like I said, just wrapped up my small group training session. I have a 5 a.m. small group training session Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I'm going to go through a little warm-up. I'm going to go through a little light jog, and then we're going to hop into a 5-mile run to start it off with this morning. Beautiful temperatures. It's like 60 degrees. We've got some sun out. Overall, this is going to be an amazing way to start the day and to set the tone.
It's time to quit while we're ahead. Don't think like that. I will love you endlessly. If you don't believe, don't you be like that. I will love you forever. If you don't believe in me, yeah.
You could be with anyone, I could be with anyone. You're here with me, you're here with me. You could be around,
You could be with anyone. I could be
So just finished up that 5-mile run, just got changed. I mixed up a protein shake, and I'm also going to have a piece of fruit. We'll go through my pace for the run, my lap paces, how it felt, kind of overview of the run. But one important thing that I'll stress, especially throughout this video, is if you're training in this hybrid style where you're blending strength and conditioning, your fueling, your hydration has to be on point. You can't just will good workouts out of nowhere. It comes from fueling your body with enough protein and carbohydrates, making sure that you're adequately hydrating, not just with water, but also with electrolytes, because you are going to need more when you're training this style than someone who doesn't train in a hybrid style. So I'm really going to stress that. Like I said, I'm going to show you some of the food and things that I'm doing throughout the day to fuel my body, because that is equally as important as the workouts. So like I said, post-run, I mixed up 2 scoops of our FitGrind whey protein powder, and then I also had a banana. That's a pretty typical snack that I'll have post-workout, just something easy that I can get down that's going to be a good quick source of protein. Going to have some carbs from the piece of fruit. Usually it's an apple or banana. And then in a little bit, I'm going to show you the meal that I'm also going to have. Again, like I said, making sure I'm getting enough protein and calories and carbs to fuel the run and then fuel our strength training workout later. I'm also going to mix up another scoop of our FitGrind Pink Starburst electrolytes just to make sure that I'm adequately hydrated. That was a pretty sweaty run. Overall, it was just below 70 degrees, but I'm just somebody that sweats a lot. So just making sure that I'm replenishing that. I don't know if you've ever gone through a run and you feel that like flu type symptom after you run or after you work out. Typically that is going to be because you are dehydrated. So just because we're drinking water doesn't mean that we're rehydrating. We also need to replenish our electrolytes through an electrolyte supplement. So like I said, I'm mixing up another scoop of that. I'm going to down that with some water and just make sure I'm getting plenty of water before our strength training workout a little bit later this afternoon. Overall, the run was very good. So I finished 5 miles in 42 minutes, 49 seconds at an 8:33 average pace. We'll pull up my lap paces here. We'll kind of go over an overview. Overall, this route that I ran was a pretty typical route here around the gym and through some neighborhoods. The first half is pretty flat. The second half is a little bit more hilly. There's this one hill that's like 3/4 of a mile long that is always just a grind. And you'll see that here in my lap paces. Usually that 4th and 5th mile are the slowest miles. Yes, because of fatigue, but there's also this gnarly hill that I have to go up. So my goal for the run today was to run at an average pace, not run super hard, especially strength training later. We want to make sure that we're not going out and just killing ourselves on the run and just trying to rip some miles, and make sure that we're going for a run, we're getting a sweat, we're getting the heart rate up, but it's at a steady heart rate. So my goal going into this run was to stay somewhere between an 8:30 to a 9 minute per mile pace. So my first mile, I did 8:33, second mile 8:29, third mile 8:25, fourth mile 8:35, and then my 5th mile was 8:45. And that's where that gnarly hill is on just after the start of that 4th mile, so 4 miles in. That last mile, there's this gnarly like 3/4 long hill that I run up, and it always is just kind of like a mental challenge. And you know, you could say like, why would you not pick a flatter route or pick another way that might be a little flatter? And I like the physical challenge, but I also like the mental challenge of it as well, because it would be very easy to say like, oh, I'm not going to run that hill or walk it or something like that. But I also like to push my mind and challenge my mind. And it's just something that every time I know it sucks, it hurts. But when you get to the top of the hill and your legs are rubber and your lungs are burning and you feel that feeling of accomplishment that you got from doing something hard and doing something challenging. And that's the whole point of hybrid training. So overall, it was a great run. I enjoyed it. You know, I typically don't have time in my schedule to run in the mornings. You know, I'm typically like back-to-back, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with personal training. I have a ton of clients that are out of town in the month of July, just traveling. So I am kind of taking advantage of that right now, being able to do a couple runs in the morning. I typically don't do lifting and running on the same day. But again, like I said, I just have a little bit of extra time right now, so I'm taking advantage of that. Just because you're training hybrid, I've talked about this before, doesn't mean that you have to lift and run every single day and 2 workouts every day. This is something that I'm doing right now because I have the extra time. And, you know, being a business owner, that's something that, especially in the gym setting, like you're going to have months that are up and down. And throughout the last 4 years of owning this gym, and me and Alyssa consistently see that July, from a revenue standpoint, is our worst month. It's just people take vacations. And, you know, you could let that stress you out, and I'd be lying if I said that I don't let that stress me out. You know, at the end of the day, this is how I support my family, and this is how I take care of my family and support them So from the aspect of that is something that's, I know this month is always the slowest month, but we have a good base of clients. And I'm just trying to make the most of the extra time that I have and allowing myself to know that it's okay, that I can go for a morning run if I need to, and just knowing that this is just typically our worst month, and next month it'll be back to business as usual. So I have a couple more personal training sessions this morning. I have a little gap in the schedule, and then me and my wife are going to record our podcast for this week. I'll show you a little clip of it next. The topic is going to be how to lose body fat and build muscle at the same time. So if you've never checked out the Grind, Sleep, Repeat podcast, this episode will release on Sunday. You can check us out here on YouTube. You can also go search up the Grind, Sleep, Repeat podcast on Spotify, on iHeartRadio, on Apple Podcast. So check it out if you're interested. Every week we post a podcast, me and my wife, and we cover all different topics in the fitness industry. So I'll show you a clip next. And then after this clip, I'll take you through my pre-workout meal, have a couple more training sessions after that. And then this afternoon, we're going to go through a heavy chest and back day.
'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
Welcome back to the Grind, Sleep, Repeat podcast. Today, we are going to be talking about how to lose fat while building muscle.
Yeah, this is something that I think a lot of people say you have to train for one or the other and you can't do both. But we are here to tell you that you can. We work with clients every single day in person and online that are having body recomposition happen, and they're building muscle and they're building strength while also losing body fat. But main thing is you have to have a lot of these things structured into your program that we'll talk about today. You can't just will these things to happen. You have to create some structure in your diet and in your workouts in order to build muscle and lose fat at the same time. All right, so I just finished up my 2 training sessions. I just drank my pre-workout. Typically before my workout, this is a time what I will do is I will check, make sure and see if there's any orders that we have for the supplement or the apparel line, and I'll fulfill those before I start the workout. That's one of the tasks that I'll do throughout the day when I have gaps in between training sessions or do any other work here at the gym, is check to see what orders we have for the supplement line and the apparel line, box this up, print out some labels. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys the process of what that looks like, where we're at right now. And that's something that I'm going to continue to document on YouTube is, yes, the growth of this brand and the growth of the supplement line, but also just kind of documenting our process right now, because that will evolve over time as well. So this is what we're doing right now. Every order that comes in that day, it is our goal to get that boxed up, get a label on it, and get it to, most of the times it's USPS or UPS or FedEx or whatever we're shipping it through that day. So the goal is every order that comes in, that it goes out that day. Typically it takes anywhere from 3 to 5 days depending on the carrier that we're going through. A lot of times people ask me, Jordan, where do you buy boxes or where do you buy labels? You can buy bulk labels, they're super cheap. As far as what we use for printing off labels and creating labels, we use an extension on our website called Shippo. So when an order comes in through our website, it'll notify us on our Squarespace accounts, and then we can go into our Shippo account. The information's already there, the billing address, the return address, everything that we need. Put in the dimensions, the size, the weight of the box, load the box up, put it on a scale, and then from there you can pick the different prices and different carriers that they're gonna offer and the prices they have. So that's what we use. I get a lot of questions a lot of times on like, Jordan, do you like run over to the post office and pay for shipping there? The best way that I've found currently to do this is to use an extension like Shippo, or there's a couple other ones out there that are gonna allow you to pay for postage on your own. You can even go further into setting up on your website and creating all sorts of other extensions. But that is our process of what this looks like right now. So at this point, I just want to say thank you guys for the support. I just packed up that order that was going out to Sam from Lincoln. So thank you for your order, Sam, if you're watching this. I just want to say thank you guys for the support and continue to support this brand. When me and my wife started this gym just over 3 years ago, it was a pipe dream. It was something that we've always dreamed of, but we've just kept our heads down and continued to grow. And we've grown our personal training, our small group training, our nutrition coaching, growing our online business. and now also starting our supplement line. So just something that I'm very excited to continue to build. And I'm always amazed at orders that come in that, I'm like, I don't know this person personally, but just want to say thank you guys for the support. That's pretty cool when you start to see some orders come in to people that you have no clue who they are personally. And I'm just always amazed at the power of social media. So just wanted to kind of document that real quick. With that done, let's go hop into this workout. We got some heavy bench press to start it off with. So after started off with a bunch of warm-ups, did some warm-ups with the bar, did a full dynamic warm-up, started the first movement off with some cluster bench press. Now, this workout was going to be a heavy chest and back workout. Something came up, short in time, I only had like 45 minutes, so this is just going to be a chest workout. So I'll take you through what we're doing today. So first thing, starting off with some clusters. I'm really trying to work on building my bench press right now. So last week, I made a couple of videos on building your bench press, talked about double clusters. Today, I'm doing single clusters. So what you're going to do is you're going to lift a little bit heavier weight than you normally would be able to do for sets. You're going to do 3 sets of each with 3 reps on each, but you're going to break each of those sets up into 1 rest, 1 rest, 1 rest. So you're going to get 3 reps on each set, but you're basically just going to do 1 rep, rack it up. So the first set I didn't show here, I did 265 for 3 reps, took 2 minutes. And then the second set did 275. And then my third set that you're seeing here, I did 285. So I would recommend using a spotter if you're doing this, and make sure that you're doing plenty of warm-up sets. So before this, I've done the bar. I did 135, 185, 225, and 245. So I was acclimated to the weights. But this is a great thing that you can structure in your program. You don't always want to do this, but this is something that gets you a little more comfortable with those heavier weights, and it allows you to get more volume at those heavier weights too, where typically 285 would be pretty rough for me to get sets of 3 in a row. Whereas if I can break it up into 1 rest, 1 rest, 1 rest, that allows me to get 3 reps and just acclimate to that weight and really help improve the strength on my bench press. My goal is to get 315, which I've come so close to hitting 315 before. Got it like 3/4 of the way. I'll just see if I can find another video and show that in a future video, that clip there. So my goal is to hit 315 in the near future, which I'm right around like 300-ish right now for my 1 rep max. So after doing 3 sets of this, you'll see it here in a second, I went into a 225 AMRAP. So like I said, this was going to be chest and back workout. Something came up, I have to swivel and pivot, and I was able to get my last rep there. And then I was hyped about that. I was excited about getting all my 285 sets. Then I went to a 225 max rep bench press. So like I said, I was kind of crunched on time. I just took some weight off, lowered it down to 225, and wanted to see, how many reps I could get. So ended up repping this out. If I would have had a spotter, I probably could have gone for a couple more. But overall, it felt really good. The bar was moving. Something you can always do to see, we talk about progressing from time to time in strength. You can also pick a certain weight, hit it for as many reps as you can, and then track that as your progress too. So I was able to get 10 here. That's something you can track over time. If I'm able to get 12 and then 14 and then 16, that's still progression. So after that, I did a superset between a cable chest fly and a deficit push-up. I just tried to crank through this because, like I said, by this point, that took up like a half hour of the workout itself right there on the bench press. So I did 4 sets of 10 on each of them, still trying to keep it heavy on the chest fly, focusing on getting a good squeeze at the end of each rep and focusing on just using the chest, and try to keep your shoulders down and back as much as possible so that the shoulders don't take over. And then after doing 10 of those, went over, set 2 plates on the ground and created a deficit and did push-ups. This is a great thing that you can do, that if push-ups are already easy for you, this is a great way that you can progress it, especially pairing it with a fly where your chest is already fatigued. This is something that you can add that is going to be awesome. So I ended up doing 4 sets there of 10, and by that time I had to wrap up the workout. That's the way it works sometimes, to where being a gym owner and a husband and a father, like sometimes things come up, and that's okay. You still got the workout in, still got a good run and a good lift today. So this is what it looks like, a full day of hybrid training, as well as being a gym owner. Training in this hybrid style is something that I love to do, and I'm going to continue to document and kind of just show you how to outline your workouts and your nutrition. But if you have specific video ideas that you'd like to see in the future, or any comments or questions on your training or your nutrition, let me know down in the comment section below. I'd be happy to help. So Thanks for watching the video, guys. I'm going to leave a couple other videos to watch on the screen here next, and we'll see you guys in the next one.